Picture a bustling German food production facility. A labyrinth of stainless steel equipment, conveyor belts laden with produce, and lab-coated inspectors meticulously checking each batch. Traditionally, a dedicated Qualitätsmanagementbeauftragter, quality management representative, or QMB, would oversee all of this, verifying hygiene protocols, inspecting supplier certifications, and ensuring compliance with Germany's stringent regulations. But lately, a new set of tools, powered by sophisticated AI, has begun reshaping this landscape. Will these algorithms replace QMBs altogether or forge a stronger partnership that advances food safety? That's the core question of our exploration today. From quality managers to AI systems, the future of food safety in Germany. You enter a processing plant early in the morning, greeted by the clank of machinery and the gentle whir of automated sensors. The shift supervisor mentions that their entire hazard analysis system now leverages machine learning. Real-time data from temperature probes, pH meters, and microbiological swabs are streamed into a central AI platform, scanning for anomalies that might indicate contamination or process drift. Previously, it took a QMB hours or days to compile and interpret such data, rummaging through spreadsheets. Now the system reacts in milliseconds, raising red flags at the first sign of irregularity. This transformation brings obvious perks. In the German food sector, compliance isn't just a suggestion. It's the backbone of trust between producers and the public. The regulations under the Lebensmittel- and Futtermittelgesetzbuch, LFGB, and various EU directives can be labyrinthine, requiring detailed documentation at every step of production. AI excels at sifting through massive volumes of data, effortlessly correlating temperature logs with specific HACCP, hazard analysis and critical control points requirements. If any parameter drifts beyond tolerance, say a storage room's humidity spikes for 10 minutes, the system flags it, generating a digital trail that no one can edit retroactively. This bulletproof record-keeping tightens accountability while easing the QMB's administrative burdens. Yet some worry that with these automated checks in place, we might no longer need the classic role of the QMB. After all, a QMB's daily tasks include verifying cleanliness in production lines, auditing supplier documents, and ensuring all staff comply with best practices. If AI can monitor hygiene status via camera analytics, identifying whether a worker forgot to sanitize gloves, or if a conveyor belt surface appears smudged, why keep a human in the loop? The answer lies in nuance. While AI can spot a mechanical breach of protocol, it can't always interpret the context or empathize with the workforce's on-the-ground realities. For instance, a QMB might notice intangible factors, an overworked night shift crew cutting corners, or an odd smell that indicates an emerging equipment fault. AI might catch the symptom in data, but bridging the gap to real-time corrective action often requires human judgment. Deciding how to adjust schedules, retrain staff, or interpret ambiguous findings. As German food companies strive for both efficiency and reliability, the synergy between AI's raw analytical power and the QMB's experiential insight can be key. While a QMB might become less burdened with routine data entry or paper-based compliance checks, their role could expand into higher-level strategic tasks. Risk assessment, cultural training, and ethical oversight. Think about supplier audits, a cornerstone of Germany's meticulously regulated supply chains. Historically, QMBs traveled on-site to check raw material origins, examine cleanliness, and review documents. In the AI-driven future, much of that scoping might occur remotely. Machine learning systems can analyze camera feeds of the supplier's facility, compare real-time sensor outputs against standard benchmarks, and even trawl through the supplier's historical compliance data. If any pattern indicates a repeated risk, like frequent borderline microbial counts, AI can highlight it instantly. Still, a single questionable reading might need a human QMB's in-person judgment to verify whether the issue stems from a glitch or a genuine hazard. Then there's the compliance labyrinth that includes everything from EU regulations on allergens to local German standards for labeling. AI can auto-scan product labels, cross-referencing every stated ingredient with supply chain data to catch if a certain additive was inadvertently included. QMBs, freed from triple-checking endless label proofs, can then focus on the heart of quality management. Forging a culture of safety, planning facility upgrades, or pioneering sustainable packaging that meets both ecological and regulatory demands. Opponents of heavy AI adoption raise concerns about data security and algorithmic bias. Could a system incorrectly flag certain processes or certain shifts more harshly, particularly if training data is skewed? In Germany, strict privacy and data protection laws, especially under the DSGVO or GDPR, limit how employee or operational data can be handled. A QMB's role might expand to ensure that these new AI platforms respect confidentiality and adhere to local statutes. They might act as a liaison between IT departments, legal teams, and production staff, guaranteeing that while machines crunch data, the process remains transparent and fair. Let's picture a near-future scenario. An AI platform predicting that a specific line's salmonella risk is set to spike in the next 72 hours due to slight changes in humidity and raw ingredient arrival times. The system suggests shutting down the line early to perform an intensive cleaning cycle. It's up to the QMB to weigh that recommendation against real-time supply demands, staffing constraints, or the actual reliability of the system's predictive model. Perhaps one line shutdown could cripple the week's production quotas, incurring high costs. Without a QMB's experience, the facility might blindly follow an algorithm's counsel. Even if a more nuanced approach is possible, like partial line sanitization or adjusting raw material sourcing. This synergy, AI's data-driven precision paired with the QMB's domain expertise, appears the sweet spot. AI can handle the grunt work of analysis, never tiring, never losing track of a single data point. But it's the human factor, the QMB's nuanced judgments and ability to interpret borderline scenarios, that ensures the system remains grounded in real-world constraints. Instead of making QMBs obsolete, advanced machine intelligence could empower them to do more high-level risk management and strategic innovation. Ultimately, the German food industry stands at a crossroads. Embracing AI can elevate product safety to new heights, preventing outbreaks or costly recalls. Yet it also demands robust frameworks for data ethics, regulatory compliance, and human oversight. If handled well, we could see a future where every jar, box, or batch of fresh produce meets impeccable standards at scale, thanks to the interplay of algorithms and the watchful eye of the QMB. If this vision of next-gen quality assurance resonates with you, consider hitting the like button and subscribing. By sharing this content, you help bring attention to the evolving role of QMBs and AI in safeguarding the future of food. After all, whether we're forging new ground on supply chain transparency or harnessing advanced analytics to keep shelves stocked with safe products, the balance between human insight and digital innovation will define how well we nourish both our tables and our trust in the system.